Welcome back to the show. Our studio, the hot welcome. We see all the comments. We see all the comments from YouTube. Thank you very
Michael,
much.
we get your time.
Thank you. But to be honest, we dey talk am for this table. Let me just even talk am now. Say, me, I dey single. I know wetin I dey battle. Being single sometimes is not hard. That means for people like you get partner, so you still get a semblance of marriage vibes. We will not get shingbai. We are single to stupor. You know, they easy sometimes. So I know firsthand say marriage is beautiful, you know, but it hard. Anyway, we get correct guess.
How you do your single? No?
We get correct guess.
Because me, I'm not single to stupor.
We get guess.
I can say that. I'm trying.
As we know, say June now, you know, Men's Health Month, and so this month we come carry person. We go talk about critical issues. We go focus on top mental health. And a time to raise awareness about some of the challenges where they face men, including mental health, including the fact say men they're less likely to seek help, and then they're more likely to die by suicide compared to women. Today we get Kajat guest inside the studio. She is a mental health advocate. She be self-esteem catalyst and psychotherapist. Join us as we welcome Ayodeji Michael Oni, popularly known as MT. I love the name. I love the color where you fly, even your hair.
Yeah.
Welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
I was saying you join Matt on top this matter, but I want me to focus on top this men health matter first, because then go say we don't carry women on, rob men on. So let us go straight to the men's
For we they feel common men inside women.
Let's start with the men. I want to ask you this first question. You feel say it's important, say we dedicate a month to talking about men's health, mental health issues. You really feel say for this society, we did for Nigeria, we all realize say men get mental health. We understand what mental health be, and we dey create space for men's mental health to thrive. What do you think?
Okay, thank you. So I think say this is no day balance. I'm a woman, but I have a lot of things against my gender. Let's start from there. Because we too focus on women, we forget the men. And you see the men where they forget, they come back to damage us. Now the problem with that. So some of us now, we don't take the onus, say we not go focus just on men. On women rather. Say we go they focus on men. Because we get daughters.
Yeah.
If this focus don't day on men before, maybe some of us no go day damaged. So it's very important, say, it's not just, you know, the way women, we get plenty days of celebration. International Women's Day, Mother's Day. Now, so it's supposed to be for men too.
They get full months now. Not be this
They
month.
get 2, International Men's Day and Father's Day.
And then full months of June.
3-2.
You know,
1
so
month.
that's 1 month. You know, we just say they get 1 month, but how many times we dedicate to them for that 1 month?
Then they dedicate
They don't even know say we
dedicate themselves.
We do but they don't even know say
why
they
they
get
don't
the
dedicate
month.
themselves? Be say they have been wired in the wrong way.
Who wired them? Tell them, make them come out from the wire.
No, but cut the wire. She they go somewhere.
Throw more light on top that wiring.
Yes, thank you. So you get this kind gender norms. The same way we get our own gender norms. Men get their gender norms. And the gender norms of men, now they scatter their, you know, their life. Let me use it that way. You know, the way men don't they wired, we call it social conditioning.
Yes.
The way men they wired to appear as tough.
Alpha male.
They wired to appear as man.
Bim. Or a man.
Because from childhood, we born boy. I didn't even control myself with my boy because I dey tell him it's okay to cry. But sometimes he's crying. A part of me they say, "Ah, you are a boy.
Why you crying like a woman?
Why you cry like a woman?" But they control myself. Now that is the narrative a lot of our men they exposed to grow up with.
It's true.
So if we don't understand this thing, we go they blame them, and the more we blame them, the more they go lame. So this type of month where we dedicate to them, it's not just to dedicate to them, it's to create awareness for them. Make themselves know say something they wrong with them. A lot of men know say something they wrong with them,
but they don't know.
But they don't know.
Make
I use my husband for example.
Okay.
He could just dey vex. Maybe they watch.
When somebody like me,
I like her full chest.
So, now woman you be. If they watch,
because she they call her husband, now woman she be. Now you the spoil woman, no.
What the woman do, woman?
I use this real life example.
3 months, I read
that. They can relate.
They can relate. He could just dey vex. But me, I know say there's what we call why factor.
Okay.
The why is always more important than the what.
Wisdom.
Why people do what they do? It is very important than what they do. That's why as a psychotherapist, they go be person where they smoke, where they take drug. I no go send them away, say something they wrong. Because I know say there is a why.
Yeah.
So as my husband go just the verse, I will just look at. You know what I tell her? I say I see your heart beyond your acts.
Okay. I'm gonna repeat that thing again. That's the answer. I see your.
This woman carry wisdom.
You before your act. I see your heart before your act.
No, come in now.
Cold water.
Because I know say na caring man. Okay. But wetin go happen to caring man? Because one time I call her, I say you be demon.
Oh.
Is it I call her demon? I call her monster. Wetin I no call my husband? But this na the man wey he carry my matter for head. But when verse come, nothing wey no go talk. So I can't sit down. Now wetin we know they do, women we know they sit down.
No,
we are too impulsive.
Okay.
Not they generalize also.
No, we dey collect our.
You know say we dey talk
our
of
sub.
we dey talk of
no, but me I dey calm down first too. I know
we
they
dey
just
talk of
start.
gender norms.
Yes, gender.
So now wetin I dey talk? There are exceptions.
It's true, sure.
But these are the because this men wey we dey talk about too, we have exceptions too.
Yes.
But generally, 80% now wetin dey obtainable be that. So I can't dey look. I tell one of my friends, they say, that's what we supposed to be. Feminism and thing, can't bring that one in. I can't they look. Say if I follow this one, where this person they carry me go. Don't say they carry me where I don't know.
The feminist though.
I can't say. I can't sit down with myself. One day I call her. I say you are a good man. Waiting they happen. I say, Mom will take it. Don't do therapy for me. Don't do therapy.
A prophet is not known in his house.
He said, don't do therapy for me. I'm not interested in your therapy. I said, no, be therapy, be this. Let's go back. There's something where they're responsible. It takes time. I'm telling you, I've been married for 12 years now.
Wow.
And this thing takes us like 8 years.
It's a process.
Wow. Before we get there. But you see that 8 years, when they come up, people they say, oh,
lovely.
God
went. Yeah, you're not nice.
We don't get all the but I mean nowhere should they pitch me for leg. But what how they use? Because some people ask me say how you take cope that time, and they use the good ones cover the one we no good enough.
Now waiting most
I get question.
Go ahead.
See, as a boy mom, this mental health for men for this month. I like one when my pikin in school they do. They actually do a session to get the boys to be in touch with their emotions. You know, for me. The thing when you talk when you start about, you know, don't cry like a girl, the stuff you do with your son. I don't find myself guilty of something like that where we say, my son treated a girl a certain way because she shined for school and he expected that because he was a guy, she should let him, take the shine. And he pushed her. And when he come back, that might be the worst beating I don't give my pikin for a full life. I beat him like say I borrow him. And I was like, guy, because you have to step up. Because now, girl, not forget they say they beat woman self. Why you think say she go reduce her value because of you? The biggest challenge as a boy mom, I won't lie, is breaking the ideology I had with my own self and my brothers growing up and trying to make my son more aware of his action. How you feel say for men's month like this now? Because adults don't go. My focus now, the youngest, when we see mode as parents and as boys, waiting we feel do to make them feel like it's okay to be emotionally linked. Because I feel like if we're all emotionally linked, but how do we go about it? How do I teach? How do I show it?
So for this this training,
yes,
we know they teach, we they do.
They do.
Action.
Now verbal.
We know they teach, we they do.
Okay.
When they see waiting you they do, they go naturally, they work in it. So they do and they show emotion. Make your son say they show emotion.
As a man or as a woman?
As a woman, even as a man too. But you know, from the perspective where she asked this question as a mother of a boy, now they tell her. Because, you know, for your own experience now, forget say they say I be woman. A part of you don't man up.
Normally now, you know if you take care of boy, no man up. Oh. They worry you.
Now, that man up when they man up, your son they see.
Yeah.
These children, they're very, very sensitive. They see.
Yeah.
One day my pikin look me say, I will marry fine man, no. The way you carry that thing on your head, I can't wait to marry.
I
never sit down, I never sit down and talk marriage with her. You say, I will marry you, I'm fine man. I say, so it's because you say your papa fine. Now maybe they do. He passed that one. But one thing I just took from that be say she see say this thing.
They adore your husband
visually.
And I know sit down talk am. So they see. If you dey show emotion, your pikin go see. But if she say you dey tough and you want make the child show emotion, it's not possible.
So wetin you feel say the man need more now? Okay, man don't go. Wetin you feel say the boy child need, like you be therapist and I see so you go don't see results of wetin man go through when him be boy. Wetin you feel say those boys need not to be like this our men. Secondly, you see this way they say as na man handle am with strong hand or hard hand. Speak to that particular talk.
You see wetin the boys feel do as they grow. When we say go guide them. I know we say only our pikin we go dey guide. Every boy, child wey we that comes our way. What we feel do for them is let them be themselves. There's a way we want to streamline them, want to make them be in a certain way.
Even the ones who want day violence, make them be themselves.
No. See, wetin we call violence. Now, wetin I dey look my husband.
Act out.
Now, later I know, say I no marry Swegbe. Because he helped me. We go function for my family place, in family place. They call me, say, I can't wash rice now. As they see my husband, they come. They say, yeah, so stand up. I say, no, I don't stand up. I can't dey wash the rice.
Wash it.
Why the people when they say stand up? I say, no, let me help you.
Your husband dey know. Power Ranger is coming.
The lion of the tribe of my house they come. As they reach there like this, say, what are you doing? My family, my family. They say, now she said she want help us. So I said no.
You wash the rice. You know.
I said no. Now they call me. You see, so I say that thing, it dey help. How we could go harness sound
to channel them right.
Wait till we did. Okay.
Sorry, you want? They get this rise, especially online. You know, when you start and she says something about the kind indoctrination that they get. These days, there's this push for red pill conversations for guys. Like you talk, be more alpha. Man, they treat women like this. There's a way they can't teach. They talk about how they decommodify women, the way they treat them.
Say make man no be simp. Say if man they show love to
thank you.
Say be simp. All those kind of things.
How do we combat that? Because there's a rise. In fact, if you go check on for research, they go say red pill conversations. Now they call this kind of one. They say it all rise by over 65% in the last 2 years. This year alone is the highest at its peak. And I'm waiting that the target now kids when they between that 12
and teenage
years, 12 down to even 21 self. Exactly. And that now people when go come marry our daughters. So how do we combat that, especially online? How do you let them know that this language is not nice? You can't use this, you can't talk to people like that, you can't treat people like that.
So the time where our children they spend with us, at least at the foundational stage, they more.
Okay.
And I tell you with experience, say children will get the foundation right. Even Holy Book say when the foundation is when they get the foundation, some of us we get our right small. Now it make us still dey here.
Yeah, true. Get sense.
So if that foundation dey there, I know they fear say they exposed to anything where they were exposed to. When you put needle, we get thread and the one we no get thread, which one you go see? The one we get thread, now you go see. So when your children, you don't train them well, because even from research, with this work where I do, 80% of the issues we deal with start from the home.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
Make I come ask you, as Mia, you see, say we sit down together as a mom of 2 boys. I remember say again one day when Miriam Tima come here, she say, she look me. She say, which gender be my children? I said, them be boys. She say, no wonder. And she said, because if to say na girl, I go get this girly, feminine. I said, well, now some military school I go. So from the day inside blood, now from military school I learn how to fly first, enter ceiling, all those boy things. Normal. But now, my question, I say, as Abigail say, make we forget the men. No. We realize, say,
I don't agree.
I say make we forget the men.
I say make we leave the men. Make we talk about the boys. But now I won't bring the men, because the men then they play integral part in helping the women to shape the boys. Because it gets some kind of times the boy go look like say she be you be woman. As much as you be mama, you go look like she be you be woman. You know they feel what they feel. Of course, we know they wired like them. So how can these men, these fathers, that think that they neglect duty for we mothers, we will now finish doing the duty They will not come on the glorious day and say,
Is the pikin good though?
If the pikin turn out well,
bad, na the woman.
how can we help these men, or how can these men help themselves to understand, say, them be integral part of a family and of bringing a life? Because you see this pork report, it's two people, and they always talk, and two people where they do, they know they expect blender or plasma. Now pikin, you can't feel say your head full. You know, see Baba to help you, Baba. You can't neglect the duty to give one woman. So how can these men help themselves? Ever help those who help themselves? To come back to the line to say, even if me and the woman get quanta, make we face our children.
That's a very good question.
Okay, so now this awareness, we no go stop to the talk.
Okay.
Because we dey talk now, women don't get some narrative. Now inform the feminists.
Yeah.
Wait till we want form for this men.
Menace.
No.
Menace.
How many times we don't get show like this, they talk about men? You see, I did one community, and they talk, say I be advocate for men. They shocked. Even when I did Lagos Business School, I say I be advocate for men. My lecturer, he did very happy, say, because they go give a widow food. They go give women empowerment. Who don't give
widower, they know they look them. Justice for widowers and men.
See, men they neglected. And they have a coping mechanism which they affect us.
Yes, it's true.
They have built a coping mechanism where now are they even on heads? No be say we know they, but I don't train my man.
Yeah.
I train him on how to love me. I teach her my love language.
To love you, yes. And in green learn. Because not be all men they learn.
But you know that learning no be easy. It no be immediate. Man, we don't wire. I married my husband. Maybe it was 34. How old did that time? Man, when he don't dey wired for 34 years.
Matured man.
I won't come change jam in 2 years.
That's how.
It's not dey possible.
All right, so you just mentioned one thing where really catch my attention. Coping mechanism women they take cover body. I go like make you speak more to some of the problems where these men they battle with first, where they come make them develop coping mechanism. Number one, what be those coping mechanisms where them don't develop, and how you feel say men feel start now talking about men's health. How you feel say men feel start now today more expressive, more vulnerable about some of these issues, because some of them they push them even reach near suicide. We don't see so many like that. So what be these issues where men they face? Whether na workshop, what is it? These coping mechanisms, what are they? How we go fit tell? For instance, if our man don't they cross brink of say the mental health no balance, how can we even know? How can we spot it? I go like make you speak on these issues.
Thank you. So when you see a man, we know they talk, but there's this kind of gesticulation where they do. Body language.
Paralinguistic
You go know. Now, make I first talk about the conditioning of men. Now, the factors we don't condition men not to they express themselves emotionally. Number one, now from childhood. The social conditioning and the gender norms where I mentioned that time.
Yes.
Number two is the fear of being vulnerable.
Yeah.
We now
being judged.
Yes. Yeah. When we dey vulnerable now, we go express ourselves, we go cry. But if you see a man now, so we get men here, we just that's they cry. Even we when they say make men express themselves,
yes, we go feel somehow.
Me now me they tell my husband make he cry. The first day when he cry, I hold myself not to say see your mouth.
Not to laugh.
And they actually not to laugh to see man.
Because I don't say if I laugh I no go cry again. And I told him one day, I said you are dying. He go dey eat in chest like this. He say it's just something. I say it's not something. He say you are what you bottle, you battle. I say you dey bottle a lot of things. When this man start talking to me, he talk for when he dey primary school.
It's true. It's true.
Trauma.
It's true.
He dey respond to trauma. You know, sometimes he lashes out even on the children.
Yes, true.
But me, I know say no be the children offend am.
It's something else.
You understand?
Transferred aggression.
He dey transfer aggression. So we need to, number one, more dey patient with the men. But that's man where you think say they willing to be helped though. So more draw them well.
Yes.
Some men are not willing to be helped. So no go waste your time. They say they help man when no they willing to be helped. Because as they try to help him, if they damage, he go damage you. Because a damaged man will damage another person. You understand? So if you see say the man they willing to be helped, you go take time with them. Sometimes when you tell them, see, let me tell you something about men. They think, they think pass as they talk. We talk
they think
pass,
and observe.
They talk pass as they think. They are more of thinkers. We are more of talkers. So they think. You get something what I tell my husband many years ago, why I don't forget. He go tell me. He say I no sleep that day. He said the first way he say, I see your heart.
I see your heart more than your axe. Whoa.
He say he no sleep that day, but me I still go cry. Say how person be monster like this? Where they talk this kind of thing, no eat them, but they eat them. So these days I they talk, I no mind. Because I don't get the code. Say the thing they enter.
Okay. But you know, feel say most men they talk say they know they like nagging, and when you don't tell them something first time, they don't hear you. But some women, and so they continue to talk. You get one status or I post one thing where one boy say, "I need toy, Dad." In father go answer, let's go to the shop.
Yes.
Bye. Then when you say, Mother, I need toy, he go say, I'm struggling for money. Go to the shop. How much is this thing? If they buy you where? Make sure say this. How much? 100,000. No. This money is too much. Let's go home. So you get women where sometimes me will be woman. When I see some women, they say, how this one they take survive for house with a man? You get women where we say normally when they their energy na problem. So and men they complain say women they nag where. Now make most of them know they feel come out they vulnerable. You don't see cases like this.
Very well.
You don't help them. You don't help them solve any problem like this.
So when it comes to couple therapy, we know they do for only one person. So we go first do our psychoanalysis, know where the main problem they come from. So when we don't know where the main problem they come from, we go call that person first. Because if we not call that person first, the therapy self don't scatter before we start. Because the thing where the person they do, where they trigger the other party, it go do them again for therapy room. So we no go feel achieve.
Alright, so we quickly because time don't reach for us to wrap up. They really enjoy this conversation, but time don't fly. What do you they work on currently as mental health advocates, psychotherapists, and person where they handle self-esteem matter? You get some kind training, some kind of programs that you get where they in the pipeline where you feel share with us.
Okay. So I'm doing a program, I organize a program presently for women.
Okay.
You leave me and go do women now for many months.
Because you know why they do for women? They say it don't bounce back on women too much. Women don't chop woto too much. And because now women go still train some children. That's why we are centering on women. But there's something in pipeline for the men. But for now, there's a mental health empowerment program for women. So it's called mind empowerment. No be money empowerment. Of course, money empowerment is part because we want to empower women where they're vulnerable and they're in abusive relationship. They cannot come out because of lack of funds. So we empower those women. So the event they come up next week Saturday. And it's happening at Ikeja at Lapo Building. And we intend to empower 100 women financially to be able to come out of abusive marriage.
You get person where no vex I beg. You get person where someone could ask you this question. They say, why the men know they transfer aggression to their boss for office?
Or to the
not
other
just
men.
dollar post. Not just from YouTube.
Because they know say something there at stake. You too do yourself. Say something go there at stake. The man know if he transfer aggression.
Be an asset, not just a wife. The moment you want to leave, you will think of this asset.
You know say something there at stake.
Me, I'm an asset.
How we go to connect with you after here? You get social media handles and all that.
So I be MTish Global.
Okay.
Yes, you love the MTish.
Yes, you be like rapper. You be like say you be artist. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome MTish.
Thank you so much. We really enjoyed this conversation. So we don't talk on top men's health. We don't learn a lot. You know, say we as women sometimes we go to see things from our own lens. Sometimes it's good to step out of that lens and look at another lens so that you go see clearer and better. And everything we don't discuss on top parenting issues, marriage as a status. I beg, I feel say golden rule apply for many of the things that we do.
Yes, always.
Waiting, you know, say person you don't go like if you don't have to, you don't do have to person. And on top of this note, we go wrap the show. Thank you very much. Say you join us, ladies. We really enjoy you. So thank you so much. Say you join us into the studio.
They come.
On Monday, you go join your view people, them English, and we go see you now some other time. You get better weekend. Enjoy.
Bye.